Hey everybody, Wendell BIGFOOT 911. We having technical problems, and don't look like our buddy's going to get to make it. So I'm going to have to see if I can get any of you that want to come on and join me on the show. Come on in, hit that link right there. Ken, Katie, Gene, Patrick, anybody, y'all want to come on, hit that link and join me on here. This is wild. He can't get service on his phone or his laptop, either one. And I was almost overslept too much because it was scheduled for 8 Central, which is what I got. And I think one of the things said it was scheduled for. Hey, there's good old buddy Pops. Hey, Pop.
I didn't want to know what's up.
No volume, buddy. Are you muted?
No, I just ain't got much of a voice.
Somebody trying to come on, but they're not connected for some reason. Pat,
can you hear me now?
It says you're not connected, and I don't hear you, Gary.
They say in the chat they can hear me.
Let's see something here. Oh, I got a. I'm getting music from somewhere.
It ain't for me.
I hear you now, though.
It's coming down your way. It is here.
No, not right now. It's not. Can you hear that music?
I hear it. I don't know where it's coming from. I ain't got no music playing.
Let me. I don't either.
We got a ghost in there somewhere, don't we?
Yeah. And I don't show nothing else being open on my on here on my laptop.
I got my laptop with chat on it, my phone with the live on it. It's not on mine.
There's Katie Dree trying to get in.
There's Katie.
Hey, Katie.
Hey, y'all. How y'all doing?
We're doing all right.
Doing good. We got a mystery music playing here, and I can't find out where.
I'm on my phone, and I ain't got nothing else going.
You might not either.
It's bound to be on. Nope.
I muted my mic. No, I muted my mic and I can still hear it.
Watch this. I muted mine. Could you still hear it?
No, I
Yeah.
couldn't hear it. Muted.
Get it again.
Can't hear it.
Then, like I say, it's somewhere in my dang.
Yeah. It's
Well,
on him, Katie.
all right. Well, how you doing, Gary?
Oh, I'm all right. I'm just tired, which I stay tired all the time now.
Lord, don't I feel it.
I wish I
Uh,
was still back down in Alabama if you really want to know the truth.
you know, I was just thinking last night I'm ready to go again, and I don't know what's wrong
Yeah.
with me. So hopefully in the
Alabama or LBL one.
well, I don't know about LBL,
Oh,
but
it's
Is
just
it
as
real
fun
loud?
as all right, music's gone now.
yeah, it's gone. Can't hear it.
Well, I still hear it, but I can hear y'all good enough.
Mm.
Oh yeah, now I hear it when you speak. I hear it.
Okay.
It sounds like video game music.
Yeah, I think it is, but I don't know how to get rid of it. Let me see here. Now my mouse ain't working. There it is. Okay.
The chat freeze up or just freeze on me.
How's that? That was me,
No
I
music.
guess.
I don't hear it no more.
I got rid of it. I found it.
Ah,
Oh man. Yeah, Harley was supposed to be on, but he can't get his equipment to work.
bless it.
Well, I got a bad storm here, so I don't know how long I'll last either.
Well, Katie, you want to tell us a little bit about what you witnessed at the camp out?
Well, I can if you want me to.
Yes, ma'am. That'd give us something to talk about.
All right. Well, me and John, my husband, we came down and just had a real nice drive down. We took our time. It took us about 8 hours. We had about 2 hours onto it by stopping at the Bigfoot Expedition Museum, getting to meet Miss Amanda, and just kind of took the back roads. And we got there on Wednesday. Got checked in at our hotel because I'm too big of a chicken to camp there. I think we rode out to the site at about and got there in the afternoon, probably about 3 or 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
And I think we ended up staying till about 7:30, 8 o'clock that night. We were ended up leaving a little early because we were tired. Um, and that was Wednesday. And the best that I recall, I can't remember seeing anything or anything happening Wednesday. Um, but anyhow, we got up the next morning and we had decided we were going to do a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and I think we come out to the campground, got there kind of early, between 9 and 10 in the morning, and no, wait a minute, you know what? It was Wednesday night. I believe it was Wednesday night that when we were leaving, it was about between 7 and 7:30. It was still daylight good, and we were leaving the campground and turned out and we're heading back into town, and we hadn't gone a half mile, and I saw something out of the corner of my eye move, make like if you were ducking real quick, like squatting down real quick, trying to avoid being seen.
Yeah.
And I told John, I said, I saw something. Stop. We weren't going fast. You don't go fast down that road if you got good sense and bad shocks. And he stopped the car and he backed up, and I was looking off, got to where I saw it, and it was back up in the woods about 50 feet, 45 to 50 feet. And I saw what looked like a root ball turned up there. And there were several trees down, a little bit down the road from it. There's about three big trees that had turned up root balls. And I'm looking at what I thought was a root ball. And I mean, it had like a dark brown muddy color to it. And you know how, like, if you pull up a plant that has shallow roots and the roots are real thin and fine and hairy looking?
Yeah.
It looked like it had that, like, trembling a little bit, like in maybe if there was a breeze. And I'm looking at it and I'm looking and I'm like, well, maybe if I saw something that's down behind that root ball. And I said something to John, and he said, I don't see a root ball. I see that stump. And I said, what stump? He said, right there, dark colored. It's a stump. Looks like a smoked out stump. And I said, I don't see what you're seeing. And we sat there a minute or two and looked, and finally just said, oh, well, we don't see nothing now. And we rode on back to the hotel. And we get up the next morning and we're coming in. And we're getting close to where we had seen that area where I'd had him stop or back up to. And he stopped at that one area that had the trees turned over, had the root balls up. He said, which root ball do you think it was behind? I said, this is not where we saw it. I said, it was on the other side of where the little creek run under the road. And so he pulled on up. And we're both looking, and it was just an empty field. There were trees, but there was no root ball. There was no stump. There was nothing. There was just nothing there. And we both were kind of like, well, yesterday we saw something. And, we kind of backed up a little bit and pulled forward a little bit, and neither one of us could see either a stump or a root ball. And that was odd. But we got on into camp, I think the day before, on that Wednesday, about 10 minutes before I got there, is when y'all had seen something go streaking across the road.
Yeah.
And I missed that. I said, praise the Lord for that, because that's not why I'm here. I'm here for seeing people.
Your back would have been to it anyway. You always sat facing me, so you wouldn't have seen it.
Well, maybe not. I don't know. That first day I sat beside you, but anyway. Whew.
Well, seeing something is just a plus.
What was that?
Seeing something is just a plus when we get together.
Yeah. You can't. I've 2 times that I've been to Hollins, and after the second time, I've just resigned myself that if you're there, there's something going to be going on. Something.
Hey, Standing Stone, I just posted a link. I'd like for you to join us, sir. If you'll scroll up and find it there. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I had to say that for him.
Your show. It's your little umbrella drinking party, honey. So whatever you need to do.
I wish I had one.
Yeah. But Thursday, the next morning, we come in, and I told Billy, I said, well, Billy, I saw your disappearing root ball, and talked about it. And, we were all sitting around talking, and I was looking around, and Joe and Pat had come up. They camped down there in the dip, as I call it, down there. And they had left in their truck. I guess they were going to get breakfast or something. And as I'm looking down there, I'm seeing the air act funny. That's the only way I know to describe it.
Yeah.
Now, I've never seen Predator. I've just never watched it. Never thought to, never wanted to, but I was seeing the air, and I said, Billy, come look down here. I said, step here beside me and look down this hill and tell me what you see. And he's squinting, and he says, it looked like there's something there. And I said, yeah. But it looked like the air would just get, for lack of a better word, it looked like it would get thick, like it would bunch up on itself where it got opaque. It didn't shimmer or sparkle. It would just be patches here and there that would just get thick looking.
Yeah.
And you couldn't see out. It's like beside it, above it, below it, you could see straight on past it. But in that one spot or one or two spots, you couldn't see through the air. It just got thick. It got opaque. And that was weird. Lord, I think it was that night. We left that afternoon, John and I did. And we went up to Kaimulga and visited the grist mill. And we went back and to the hotel for a little bit, and then we got up, got dinner, and come back. We got to the campground about 6 o'clock, and we were all sitting around talking. Everybody was just having a good time, and I reckon it was about 10 p.m. I think we're all waiting for.
We got Pat.
Yeah,
What's going on, Katie?
I'm just talking my heart out, Pat. How about you?
I'm just sitting here listening to you.
Oh,
Continue on.
all righty. Well, that Thursday night we were waiting on Chad and Erica to get in. I believe it was.
Yeah.
And Rusty was there, and he got up. He brought out his guitar, and then Billy got out his guitar, and then Sherry and Donna got out their instruments, and everybody was picking and grinning and singing and having a good time. And they had sung what's that song by the Eagles, Seven Bridges Road. And I got to looking up, and it looked like through the pine trees, it just like the moon was hanging up there, and it was pretty, and I wanted to get a picture of it. So I stepped off to the other side of Sherry and Jim's trailer, their little camper trailer, and kind of past their truck a little bit to take a picture of the moon through the pine tree limbs. And I'm sorry, go ahead.
You see what I got posted up there?
I don't see.
It says it's when Ken, he says same type thing you described across in front of me driving one night near the Creepy Mountain that week.
Wow. That's amazing. It was. I had never seen anything like that, and it was amazing to see. Just the air, I don't know how to describe it. It just looked like it would compress in on it. Just get thick. Couldn't see through it.
That's weird.
Yeah. But like I said, I had stepped off to take that picture, and I'd been looking up through my camera, looking at the moon, and I looked back down, and I was off behind the canopy tents or off to the side of the canopy tents where everybody was talking and laughing and playing. And when I was looking, I noticed I was seeing like a greenish, pale green, diffused light just bouncing all over the place. And it looked to be about the size of a golf ball, maybe a little bigger. And at first I thought that it was my eyes because I had been looking into light, and I was just like having sympathetic images. Then I realized, I'm like, wait a minute, this thing's bouncing ways my eyes aren't even looking. So since I still have my camera in my hand, I started videoing it. And this little ball of light just bounced all around right behind Sherry and Donna and Mr. Jim and you, Gary. And then it cut off to the left towards the woods. And I got a video of it, but for some reason on my phone, the video, it looks like there's somebody shining a pointer light. It doesn't look like what I saw. It looks like it's smaller and like a light, not the little, golf ball sized diffused pale green light I saw.
Erica and I saw a light in the woods standing down there near where I was camping.
Wow.
That one night. It danced through the woods. It wasn't very big. It was small, but we saw it flashing 4 or 5 times, and it was bright.
Yeah.
Welcome, Flat Rock.
Hey.
They
Well, this
fire up.
I don't know. I don't know how good it's gonna be, but I'm gonna stay on as long as I can with you.
Well, you're welcome as long as you can. That's all that matters, that you're here now.
Yeah.
That orb I saw was about 3 o'clock in the morning, and I had my thermal out, and that thing comes shooting up the road and right over the top of my head.
wow.
Yeah, it was weird. It was about the size of a baseball, probably.
Really? Wow. The one I saw was golf ball size, but it was right behind, between, like, you know how the tongue of Sherry and Jim's trailer comes down and they use it like a ramp?
Yeah,
It was right above that and right behind Sherry and Donna and Gary. And I filmed it for a few minutes, but in the video, it doesn't look like what I saw. It looks, I don't know if my camera on my phone changed it somehow, but it's there. You can see it. And it shot off to the left towards those woods that were kind of like, behind Christine's tent
yeah.
in that area. And I was standing there and I was looking off in the direction it had went, and I heard just like this gruff sound. It wasn't a grunt. It wasn't a. It was just like it was a gruff sound, almost like something was trying to say a word, but I couldn't figure out what the word was. And I stood there listening and watching, and I tried to video, but it was black as homemade sin out there. And
Yeah.
but I
They,
started videoing, and it's the sound from everybody singing and talking and laughing is really loud. But I was hearing things. Excuse me, my cat is trying to get me to eat its tail. Um,
they
I
say
was hearing.
cattail's good for you.
I'm tell you what, not this cat tail. The I was hearing like shuffling sounds and like pops and cracks, like little limbs were being broke. And a couple of times I heard what I thought was like a wood knock, just one knock. And I videoed that too, but it's hard to hear it. If you don't know what you're listening for, you can't hear it because the of the singing was so loud. But during all that, I didn't feel a bit afraid. And I'm the world's biggest chicken. And I just walked back on over and sat down. And then not long after that, within the hour, I think Chad and Erica got there.
Now, Troy Allen made some calls there one night, and man, a couple of this owl started, and it sounded terrible, and then another one broke in with it for a minute, and it sounded worse.
Oh man!
And then they quit. That was late. I don't know, Thursday night maybe, Friday night, whenever Troy was there.
Yeah, I think Troy left early Friday morning, didn't he?
Yeah, it must have been Thursday night. They walked down that way.
Wow.
But
Yeah. Me and John were making it a point to be gone between 11 and 12 most nights. That's dark enough for me. That's the boogering hour.
yeah,
You know, I ain't as many times I've been to Hollins, I ain't never passed that gate.
I ain't never either.
I haven't either, Flat Rock.
Me either.
I've
9 times I've been to Hollins, never passed that gate. I don't know what it is. I just would not go past that gate.
I've
Up on the green field.
Mm-hmm.
I have driven
I went
past.
up there this time. I just have to stop and rest every once in a while, but we went up there. It's nice up there. There's nothing to be afraid of up there.
Well, I ain't afraid of it. I just don't go up there.
Yeah, me neither. I haven't been up there either.
I'm
I
gonna
can't
It's a long walk, I'll tell you that.
I'm
I
gonna tell
can't
you.
walk that distance, so that's why I don't go.
Seems to me like there's enough going on right there in camp. You don't got to go up there for
Yeah,
nothing.
I know.
Hey, Misty. Yeah, I agree with that.
But I stayed down that on that end there a couple nights by myself, and wasn't nothing going on much.
Mercy. I'm
But
not that.
I was hoping something would happen, but it didn't.
I was up there
At
by
least she
myself.
didn't set your shoe on
Might as
fire.
well say, where everybody else was camped, and I was all the way up there by the woods until everybody showed up Wednesday. We'd been there
Yeah.
since Saturday.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it was pretty quiet in the campground.
Well, as far as that goes, I mean, that's pretty much it. Just Roger and Heather came in Friday afternoon, and he parked over there where y'all had set that watermelon out. And, that was along that line of woods, that same line of woods where I'd heard the stuff in the night before, and where that light I'd seen had took off towards. And it had got dark, and me and John were getting ready to head out, and I told him, I said, I'm going to go down here and say good night to Roger and Heather. Well, you don't say good night to Roger and Heather. You talk for an hour. But we were all sitting there, and I'd sat on the tailgate of Roger's truck again. I was sitting there on the tailgate, and back over my right shoulder was in those woods. And let me tell you, he was right on them woods. There might have been 20 inches between his truck door and the woods. And I kept hearing I got this weird feeling. I kept looking over my right shoulder, and John's standing there right beside me, and Roger and Heather are sitting in front of us, and we're talking, and just kept hearing little rustles and pops back over that right shoulder in those woods. And I was sitting there, and we were talking, then out through the leaves you hear something like being thrown through the leaves, and you hear it drop on the ground, and it didn't make a loud sound. And it dropped in the woods. And boy, I jumped up, and I said, Roger, I said, either a pine cone just fell out of that tree, but it fell a long way because it made a lot of racket, and it zigzagged if it did, or, something just came flying through the trees. And Roger got up, and he shined a flashlight over in there. He didn't say nothing. And that cut our conversation short. I said, I love y'all. Hope it don't get you good night. That was Friday night. And then the next night, on Saturday night, that was the fire pit night, and there was extra people there, and we all talked and had fellowship and a good time. Same scenario. I had went down to say goodnight to Roger and Heather, and here come, I sat sitting on the tailgate, and I think Harley was setting his tent up. And we're sitting there, and Roger was looking back in the direction back over my right shoulder, that same area where I'd heard the stuff coming through the trees the night before. And Roger says, do you see? He said, I think I see eye shine. And he's describing, and I go to looking, and sure enough, there's that little red. And it was weird because it kind of looked small, then it would look bigger, then it would move. And it wasn't like a brilliant red, but it was red, a good red.
Yeah.
And once again, I said, good night, Roger. I'm out here for start throwing things. And then,
there's a lot of quartz in that area.
Yeah.
A lot.
I think I found a piece of a broken arrowhead today. It's chipped. I don't know if you can see it there. Piece of quartz. Yeah, it's broke.
Down there, Patrick, where you live, they put that greenway in along the Catawba River, or is it the Catawba South Fork?
Yeah. I was down there when they put it in.
Yeah, we were living right there beside it when they were starting to work on it. And, we live right up next to it. Where you walk through them, down that power line and through them woods, and you'd be on the riverbank. And that area is jam-packed. If you go up past where they got the greenway and start walking back up towards like Old Dowd Road in the Amazon facility.
Yeah.
And you've got the power line cut through there. That is jam-packed with quartz the same way that Hollins is. And then they've got huge, you can find, head-sized chunks of quartz rock out there.
I used to work at the Celanese plant down there.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah. You know the golf course there?
Yeah.
I was the first one to tee off on it.
Wow.
Yeah. They come and got me because I had metal spikes on, made me change them.
Goodness. Well, right. Yeah, my cat is putting up a fight. He is trying to get in my face to see who I'm talking to.
Flat Rock, how you doing?
Doing good. Doing
Been
good.
hot, ain't it?
Yes, sir. It has. It
Yes,
has.
sir. We
Yeah,
got
I
a
mean,
couple
it
of
really
rains that
ain't
cooled
been
it
as
down.
hot as it has been, but it was still pretty warm today. I mean, it's cooled off once the rain come in, but
Yeah, we
you
got a
know,
couple good showers. Did you get them, Katie?
We got a little bit of a shower, just like maybe 10 minutes, and that was it.
Yeah.
that's about what we got, about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
We've been getting 1 or 2 rains or storms a day up here.
Now it came up a whopper last night and broke a tree in half across my
I
driveway.
swear they can't keep I-40 open, can they?
I'm telling you what, it's going to wash away.
I know.
But yeah, we had a whopper of a thunderstorm come through last night after about 11 o'clock. And there was a pine tree. It was half dead, and it took the top out of it and across our driveway this morning. So we were out there trying to get that moved.
Yeah. Here, we got a little storm, well, about 3 or 4 days ago. We got a heck of a storm.
Yeah, we did too.
Man, it hailed and everything else.
We didn't get hail. Now we got a lot of lightning and thunder and wind and good
Yeah.
rain. I mean, it was noisy, but we didn't get no hail.
Yeah.
Gary's got a storm now. Is the reason he got out. His internet went out on him.
Mm.
Merch.
Yeah, I'm glad we got the moon out here.
You ain't getting carried off by mosquitoes.
Oh yeah, skeeters are bad out here.
I can't stand to go out after dark. We're down here on the lake, and there's a little spur that runs up, and the water don't move good in it. And I swan, this time of year the mosquitoes are so bad.
Oh, they're horrible everywhere. Man, the flies are bad here because of them darn goats across the road.
Oh God.
Oh, they bad here too.
They
Trust me.
will eat you up.
Yeah, we got them too here.
Yeah.
I reckon if I'm gonna go outside at night, it might as well be tonight, because this is gonna be the calm before the storm. Probably starting.
Oh yeah, the fireworks will be going off.
Lord, people, they have their docks out here down on the lake, and they set fireworks off from their docks, and I swan they do their level best to blow this peninsula slam off the face of the earth.
I used
Maybe
to go up on
the
the
smoke
stack
will
at
get rid of
work.
the mosquitoes for you.
I tell you what, it'll scare them, slam away. I mean, they don't stop. You know, we got that. What's that in Cherville, Patrick? Them musket or flintlock shooters.
Oh well, yeah, yeah,
They come down here on this field down by Moss Lake, the boat ramp,
yeah.
practice and get their powder set right. And starting tomorrow, it's gonna be on. It's gonna be a boom.
No kidding.
Yeah, and then everybody gets in a competition to see who can boom and crack the loudest. So
I used to go up on the smokestack at work and watch all the fireworks. I could see them for 25 miles in every direction.
I bet you could up there on that smokestack.
Yeah.
The only thing I'm gonna be cracking is my 30-06 on a lone coyote killing our cats out here lately.
Uh-oh.
Here.
Yeah. Damn thing done snatched 3 cats in 2 weeks.
Oh,
You ought to put you a call out there off on your computer and put that thermal in front of your scope and have at it, buddy.
Oh, I'm going to. That's coming. That is coming. Because he's hanging around right here in this block, right here to my side right here.
Yeah.
And he's been coming out and eating my deer corn, all that kind of stuff. And I got him on thermal. I already know where he is. So, but I'm gonna crack that sucker.
Yeah. They like cats. But I've heard they like little dogs better because they're, a cat, pretty good fight in them.
Yeah, this coyote come up on my brother's porch and stuck and grabbed his cat.
No kidding.
No kidding.
we got foxes that'll come after. We got a yard cat, and he kind of moves around the neighborhood. And they'll come up in the yard and be after him. He gets away from them though.
Yeah.
But
I had
fortunately,
little fox coming by here every night. Last time I saw him, he was so scroungy looking. I don't know if he had mange or what was the matter with him.
they get ratty looking this time of year because of the
Yeah,
heat.
they do.
Because of that heat, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got one that lives in a little patch of woods. He's got a den up under a piece of concrete that's up in the woods here beside us, and then we got a skunk living in the culvert under the right at the end of the driveway, the mailbox, and we had a woodchuck living up under a groundhog, whatever you want to call him, living up under the deck at one time. But I ain't seen him this year. Maybe he ain't come back. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Got a little bit of everything. We got a yard full of deer. We got about 18 or 20 deer, not counting the babies they've been having. This last 2 weeks, they've been popping babies out right and left.
Oh, I know. I've found 3 in the yard here in the last month. Little ones.
Yep.
One of them run up and bumped me in the leg.
Yep. I had one run up on me in the driveway. I don't know if it got scared when I pulled in, but I guess the mama had stored it in the little teeny tiny patch of woods we got right in front of the house. Because mama's wasn't around, and I went to go get out of the car, and I looked back, and there's a little deer running at me. I said, "Oh Lord!" I said, "You stay back there. We're not starting this."
Yeah.
But yeah, we got a brand new one, probably less than a week old. It just come out yesterday. Still got its little spotties, knobbly kneed.
They'll leave them for a while, uh, while they go off and feed.
Yeah, well, they use my yard, my side yard. We got that 1700s, not 1700, early 1800s cemetery in the corner of the yard down here, and they use it as the baby nursery.
Oh, I hear you.
They'll leave their babies all around it.
What
You
do you think
ever
about
get,
that picture I got up there?
that's pretty wicked, Wendell.
Yeah, it is.
You had
I,
any activity, Flat Rock?
I had something hit my window earlier today with either a pine cone or it was a bird one.
Yeah.
And me and Boo was sitting right there on the couch. I was going over some audio. Next thing you know, wow, hit my window. I
Wow.
jumped up. Boo, he jumped up, started going crazy. And it startled both of us, so we wasn't expecting it.
I've had several birds fly in the side of my house.
Yeah,
I don't know why they do that, but
me neither. I mean, I went to the door to see if there was a bird over there. Wasn't no bird.
yeah.
Didn't see a pine cone either, but it's behind all those bags of cans I got right there.
Yeah.
uh, let me. I'm trying to find something that Mark showed me on that he found.
Wendell, when did you take that picture you put on Facebook?
Which picture was that?
The one you said you took with your camera. Looks like something standing up in the woods.
Uh,
It was on there today or yesterday.
I'll have to look and see what picture you're talking about. I forget. uh, did I put it on the group or just on my page?
On your page, I think. Mark,
Oh,
I saw where Mark asked you where you took it.
okay, that is picture that Mark Roberts sent me.
Oh, okay.
Let me see if I can find that. That's what I was looking for now.
How's Boo, Flat Rock?
He's doing good. He's right here beside me.
I hear you.
Yeah, that was a picture he took up there at LBL, and I was trying to get him to come on and hit that link on there and join us.
Are any of y'all going to LBL in August?
I'm going. I'll be there.
Will you?
Yeah.
I'm going to McMinnville.
Are you? I
Yeah.
thought about going.
I'm going to head up that way. I don't know.
You and your husband going?
Yeah, the day of the show, the convention is John's birthday, so
Oh, I hear you.
we're gonna head up that way. I don't know how long we're gonna make the trip. I'm thinking about going to see Greg that week, depending on what all he's going on.
I hear you. That's
Uh,
cool. That'd be fun.
Well,
I'm
I'm
looking
not.
to it.
I'm
Yeah.
not finding it in my pictures on my laptop for some reason.
Patrick, when are you going? When's the one in LBL? Is that the
It's
29th?
sometime in the end of August. You'd have to
29th, 30th, and 31st. Yeah.
Okay, because I know you had asked about stuff in North Carolina at one time a couple weeks back, and they've got something going on up in Denton, North Carolina. URI
oh,
Bigfoot.
do they?
Yeah, that is
I've never been there.
it's that same weekend as the LBL one, and now you ain't gonna catch me up there again, but you might want to go. Ain't gonna be me.
You don't like your word?
No, sir. That's where I had my first encounter
Oh, I hear you.
up in Baden, near Baden.
I've never been down there. It's not that far.
No, it's not. My daughter used to live out on the other side of it, and when we first started going out to see her, we'd have to drive through there to get out to Vass, and that did not do my nerves any good. But then we figured out a better way, so we went
I,
around it.
I figure it's about an hour and a half for me.
Yeah,
Does that sound right?
yeah, that's about right.
Yeah.
It's a big area. John's excited. They're building a big old motor park out there,
Yeah.
and he's excited to go to that. And I'm gonna pat him on the back and send him on because I ain't going. Mm-mm. Have mercy. Oh.
Is them cicadas loud at y'all's house as well?
I ain't heard them no louder than usual, but then I don't hardly notice no
Well, they
more.
are loud over here.
What are they?
They are loud now.
Okay.
Cicadas.
Katydids?
Yeah, cicadas.
Oh, okay. No, I haven't heard them here. I
Man.
think they were supposed to have hatched
What about
out
you,
here
Wendell?
last year. You heard the
They
cicadas,
damn so
Wendell?
loud out here.
No, you can't hear them around here.
It's
That's
weird. They hatch out at different times. Some of them are 17 years. Some of them are 7. I don't know.
I can't find that, but I found this one.
Ooh.
That is from Flat Rock's video. He was recording the audio.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Now I
yeah.
went back and looked at another video, and that wasn't there no more. So I couldn't tell you what that is, Wendell.
Well, I tell you what it looks like to me.
It looks like it's got a face on it, don't it?
Yeah, big old hairy something sitting up there in the, between
Yeah,
them trees.
it really
Looks like
does.
lurking in the yard to me.
Because I can blow it up close, and it looks like there's a face.
Yeah.
I mean that's a cool picture. Looks like hair.
It does look like hair. It really
Yeah.
does.
Yes, it
That's why I
does.
went back and looked at another video to see if that was in there on
Yeah,
that same tree, and there wasn't nothing there. So I don't know
yeah.
what that is.
That's a cool picture.
Yeah. I'm glad I spotted it for you.
Yeah.
Wendell the booger spotter.
Yeah.
Well, not so much. I just got lucky, I think.
See, when
Yeah,
I
that's
always looked at that, when I always looking at that video, you look right there behind the power box,
Yeah.
behind back there. See,
Yeah.
that's what I always kind of looked at right there. You can zoom in on that window, you'll see what I'm talking about. It looks like a head right there laying on the ground.
Yeah, it does look like a face in there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
real close where that
Right there
branch is
behind that
laying.
power box. Yeah.
Yeah, I see it.
but if
Boy,
that's the face down there, he's a whole lot bigger than the one in the tree.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I've
I
seen some
mean,
big
a
ones out
lot
here.
bigger.
I've seen some really big ones out here. Really big ones.
Lord of mercy.
That's scary. Seeing one that big.
I was thinking in the fall we might be heading down towards Andalusia, Alabama.
Andalusia?
Yeah.
That's only 20 miles from my house.
Well,
Stop
if we
by.
go, well, I sure will if we end up going. It's up in
Yeah.
the air. Much going on.
Yeah.
I
If
want to
y'all
go
come to
down there to
Andalusia,
Flat
come on
Rocks
down.
myself someday.
Well, Wendell, you know when to come.
No, I don't.
Already got the fall full up, so end of January, all into March. Yo, come on down.
Well, I just have to make sure I got gas money around that time then.
I ain't that far from you, Wendell. Come on.
Well, I still got to have gas money to get there, though. That's what I have to go by is when I got gas money.
I got you.
Lord.
Thank goodness gas has went down.
No kidding.
Yes.
No kidding.
Praise the Lord for that.
Yeah.
I'm getting ready to take up another nursing contract where I'm going to be going
Are you?
about 60, 70 miles from the house.
Do they? You get reimbursed for your mileage?
No, not for mileage.
Yeah.
Kind of do. It depends on how far you're staying away from where you're working at.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's
Mark
as
from
part.
Night Vision says, "Take me with when I go." I was trying to, Mark. You can hit that link, and I put in the chat several times, and come on here and talk to everybody. And Standing Stones, I'd like to talk with you and
That's right, buddy.
anybody else.
Yeah. I'll slide off here, and you can.
Yeah.
You don't have to leave because I'm pretty sure they won't talk to you.
Well, I'm about to
Heck,
get off because
I ain't nobody, man.
it's switching hour for me. I'm going to have to go lay down in the bed.
Well,
I wish
good
I
night.
had normal sleeping hours.
Me too.
I'll go to bed at midnight and be back up at 2:00.
I'm been too long.
I was on the phone with Greg and Jeff and them one night till 3, 4. Flat Rock was there.
Where's that?
And Ken, we were talking on Messenger. And
Yeah.
we got off at 3:45, and I had to take my son to airport at 4:00 that morning. And I slept about 15 minutes. I got up and I backed right in the ditch. So I just left it there and I said, "Get in the truck."
Back over here, boo.
I pulled it out when I got back.
Yeah, man, I had one come down this on this side of my house on March 9th. Yeah, and hit my pole right here that's got my listening device. Let me see if I can show here. That's my listening device right there.
Yeah.
What it did, it hit it. Real hard like that, and you can actually hear it wobbling on that audio. It stayed
Did you
still
make
for
that?
a minute. Huh?
Did you make
Yeah,
that
I made
parabolic?
it. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, I made it. Yeah. And what it did, it walked over here. Let me get my phone right. And got into this cooler right here.
Oh, I hear you.
And opened it up. It unlatched these things, opened it up, and there's orchid shells down in there. Yeah, booze out. And once he got done out of that moving around on those orchid shells, he stomped off back the way he came.
Huh.
That's
I
all.
thought about.
Come on, boo.
I thought about trying to make one out of one of them old direct TV satellite dishes.
Yeah, you can. All you need is
Yeah.
a good microphone.
Yeah. Be a
Yeah,
little big, but that'd be a
I
good one.
Yeah.
back years back I was watching something on YouTube, and I had a fella who'd taken one of them a little old microphone from like a little voice recorder and a big old Tupperware bowl and had made one.
Oh yeah. I got one from Crowder. Have you seen the ones? But I think you could make one way, way cheaper.
Up here, bud.
Yeah.
Come
Uh-oh.
But the Tupper Bowl thing would work great.
Yeah, he had a big old yellow Tupperware bowl and
on. I
had
got it
drilled.
Yeah.
back on the porch.
Yeah, he drilled a hole in it, and stuck that microphone through it, and that's about all he did.
Yeah. I mean, that's basically all you need.
Yeah,
And then just get a little box so you can hook up earphones to it.
yeah. He had that little microphone stuck through there, and it went into just like a little pocket
Come on, bud.
voice recorder.
Yeah.
It seemed like
That's
it
a
was
good idea.
You know, Timmy's got 4 of them from 24 to $28.
That ain't bad.
No.
Uh, they got some kind of camera in them. Looks like.
Hmm.
I think they saw them on Amazon too for, ones you can have like a little pistol grip on it.
Yeah.
I don't know how far they're good for. I think 300 feet. But that one you got, Flat Rock's pretty good size.
Yeah. Yeah. It reaches out there really good. What it is, just a big old bowl. Made a little hole where I could pull a 20-foot long microphone through, run it through my back window and plug it into my camera, and then Bluetooth my iPad to the camera. I can hear everything out there.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's cool.
Yeah.
Well, boys, I'm gonna get off here for now. I'm gonna be listening in, but I'm about to fall asleep sitting up. So,
See you, Katie.
Well,
See-
good night, Katie. Glad you came on.
Always good talking to you.
well, thank you for
Yes,
having.
it is.
You're welcome. Y'all
You're
have.
a sweetheart.
I love yous.
Love
Love
you
you
too.
Love
too.
y'all too.
Good night.
Good night. Well, now we got another hole open. We can get somebody else in here. They want to come in and say hello. All they
Tell
can do-
Mark to try to refresh that. Maybe try it on Safari. See if his camera is allowed access. Oh, I don't know. I'm not.
Hey, y'all
too
want to
good
hear
with
something?
it.
Y'all want to hear something pretty cool?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
just come
go ahead.
across this. I just come across this the other day. Ken's actually seen it. But what it is, this thing mimics a damn train whistle. Cool as hell.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, cool as hell. There you
that's
go.
cool. Hey, I ordered a wristwatch.
See what?
Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
All right.
That's good, man.
That's cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool. That is cool. Never heard something like that
I'm
before.
going to get it. That's cool. I got to let the dog out. I'll be right back.
Yeah, that's pretty neat, man. Golly.
Man, I couldn't believe I come across that. Could not believe I come across that. It's one of my older.
Man, they
one of my
make some
older ones.
weird noises, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
I mean, just you never
Yeah,
know
they
what
do.
they're going to throw at you.
Mm-mm. And I never knew I had that one. I just started going over some of my old stuff that
Yeah.
I never checked, and there that was. So I clipped that thing right on off. Yeah, but and I played it for a few people, but I'm gonna post it. Oh, you want me to play it again, Burrex? All right, hold on. Look it. All right, here we're up. That's the train. That's the bugger.
Is that a pop?
No, it's whooping, basically. You know, whoop.
Yeah.
There's the train. Look.
Oh, yeah. That sounds like a pop, too. Like a tongue pop.
Yeah, it could be. It really could be.
Yeah.
That's
That's
cool.
fascinating.
That's cool.
Yeah,
man.
that is very cool, man.
I couldn't believe when I heard that. I said, wow, man. I said, shoot, that was killer. Killer.
Yeah.
You get all kind of good stuff down there, Patrick.
Oh, I know he
Yeah.
does, but
Yeah.
yes, sir. I've never heard a bad thing, really.
No, I haven't
There's
either.
there's a lot of stuff I don't even post, you know.
Yeah.
I just got it the way it is, you know. When I get ready to post it, you know, I mean, what I do, I send it out to a lot of people first,
Yeah.
get their opinions on it, all that good stuff, and then eventually I'll put it out. You know, 'cause I want to be 100% sure on what it is before I put it out. You know, and
Yeah.
so
Gary, hit that link.
I think that's an awesome picture.
oh,
of
I
that
do
tree.
too. Yeah,
That tree. That's a good picture you got, Wendell.
it is.
For Flat Rock. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's good and clear too. That's what's the best thing about it.
I found another pretty good clear post picture. Let's see if I can pull it up for y'all so y'all can see him. I mean, I ain't posted it.
Yeah.
I want to. I'm gonna try to see if I can turn my computer this way.
Oh, I can see it already.
There he is. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Man, they're black
That's a little
as midnight, aren't they?
Yeah, it's a little juvenile, 4.5, 5 foot tall. Yeah, well, I'm gonna say between 4 and 5 foot tall. I ain't gonna give a half to it, but he was right there in that little nesting area, and
They are
you
so
can see
black.
his eyes, his mouth. You can almost see his ears. You can see the roundness of his shoulder and his arm going down.
Yeah.
You see how matted up it is.
Wonder why they're so black.
I don't know. They're almost all black here. They're almost all of them black.
That's crazy.
Here, except for that one. That one I talk about. You know, that brown one. You know, he one who always cause damn trouble around here.
Yeah.
But he's gone, so we don't worry about him no more.
Right.
I put the link in the chat again. If any of y'all, Jerry or any of y'all, want to come on here and join us, you're welcome.
Yes, Carl, it's been hot, man. It's the daggone humid. Can't stand it outside. I sweat bad anyway.
Carl, you can hit it. Debbie, and it don't matter. Anybody.
Going, Rick. Hey, Miss Anita.
Mark, it says your device is not connected for some reason.
That's what happened to me. I had to go in Safari and let it allow.
Yeah, I had to go in Safari myself.
Yeah.
Chrome or Google wouldn't let me.
That's wild.
Yeah, try Safari. You going there and do anything this summer, Flat Rock? Just hang around.
I'm just gonna hang around, wait till this heat goes by.
Yeah.
You know, I ain't got nothing planned till August. You know, end of August. You know, that's when I'm gonna go over to LVL. And after that, it's when everything starts here.
Right.
And and there's a couple of the things I got to do in October. I just don't remember right now.
Yeah, I hear you. I got me a bug zapper, man.
I got one of them too.
There you go.
My son's girlfriend got it for me, man. I hit a fly with it. It went down like a jet that had been hit by a missile, man. Yeah, that thing works good. I can use it on him too if he gets out of hand.
We got a visitor. Hey, Mark.
Go on, Mark.
Howdy, y'all.
Hey,
Jerry, that's a back
I'm
scratcher.
still trying to figure this out.
Well,
I got one
glad
of
you
them.
made it.
Is it working?
Yes.
Outstanding. It took a while to figure this out.
It did me too,
Way
man.
more technical than I am.
Well, at least you got here. That's what counts.
All right.
And you've not met Pat and
How you
Flat
doing,
Rock
Mark?
before?
No, sir. I've heard Flat Rock's name a few times, and I hear he's the man to talk to. But I'm interested in meeting all of y'all.
No. That's who
Nice
to
to
talk
meet you,
to
Mark.
right there. That's the
That's it.
man right there.
That's the man.
That is Boo.
That's the man right there.
Outstanding.
You go to
He's a booger
LBL a
dog.
lot, Mark?
Yes, sir. I live 15 minutes from the Land Between the Lakes.
Yeah. That's where I
Dang.
found some tracks one time in 2020.
Yeah.
Anytime you want to come up here, I'll be more than happy to come with you, and you show me where you search, and I'll show you where I search.
That's cool. That's cool. I've been there about 4 times. It's a pretty good ride for me, man. About 9-10 hours.
Yeah, that's pretty good ride.
Yeah.
That's about the same for me, Pat.
Yeah.
I get down there, well, when it's not 110 degrees, I get down there about once a week at least. So I'm just found some stuff last month and hope to find a whole bunch more.
That's cool. That's
Yes,
a fun area to go to.
Yep.
I've heard a lot of things there. We've gone out at night, riding around, making calls and stuff. It's fun to do.
Very good friend of ours just filmed a cryptid on thermal out there.
Yeah, I saw that. I wish I knew which area it was in, but that was pretty intriguing.
Yeah.
We've just added some thermal to our group, which is Night Vision Paranormal, and then we use just regular cameras and all, and boots on the ground. And of course, I just did a solo kayak investigation and came up with a picture that we put up on Wendell's site yesterday. So yeah, there's a lot going on apparently, and I'm trying my best to find it.
Well,
I talked to a woman in West Virginia when I went home, and she said she had 3 sightings on her property since 2019.
Goodness.
So I'm going to check her out when I go back home. I live in North Carolina, but I'm from West Virginia.
All righty. Anybody that intends to travel towards Land Between the Lakes, give me a holler. I'm always ready to go out and do some more investigating.
Cool.
Mark, you see that right there?
Oh, yeah, I see that.
I do see that.
That is the picture I was telling you about my ghost. If you see it.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
I remember you telling me about it.
So now you can actually see it.
Yep.
Either that or you're burning the bacon.
There was actually no smoke in the house at that time.
Window done went out.
Well, I took a picture up on Creepy Mountain of a structure when I was riding around with Mark.
Yeah.
And as soon as another friend of mine saw it, he said, there's spirits in that picture because it's got some white blotches in it. The only picture of all the pictures I took, the one of the structure had these white blotches in it.
Yeah.
I might be able to show it to you. I'll pull it up and see what you think. All right. You see them white blotches right here?
Yeah.
You see the structure? It's a teepee looking structure. That was up on Creepy Mountain.
Yeah.
That's the only picture it had that white stuff in it. And I heard 3 whistles. I was out there standing about under it, and I heard 3 whistles. And I yelled at Mark. I said, "Do you hear them?" He said, "No, man." I said, "There's something up there whistling." So, I don't know. You know how that goes.
Oh, we lost Flat Rock.
Yeah. He said he'd be lucky if he stayed in.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Get him.
I showed another guy that, and he said, "Man, I feel like there's spirits there." I said, "I don't have any idea. I didn't feel anything out of the normal." But that was in Alabama, Mark.
I hear they've got lots of boogers down there in Alabama. That's what Anita's been telling me.
Oh, that's Booger Central, man. Yeah.
Well, I hope to come back down that way. I was just there for the Anita Collier's Alabama conference, and I hope to make it back shortly. She keeps telling me about Cheehaw and promising me some Bigfoot encounters.
That's a good place to have one.
Yeah.
I like going down and visiting, just seeing the history of the area. There's a lot of history in that area.
There he is. He made it back.
Yeah, my phone went down. For some reason, it just whoop, gone.
Oh,
Y'all hear me?
Yeah, I hear you fine. We even hear Boobs drinking his water.
somebody drinking water.
Yep. My boo.
Jerry, come on, hit that link I posted up there.
Yeah, they're going to Gettysburg. That'd be a fun trip.
Yeah.
Bud, you can come in too, dude.
Yeah,
on,
Bud, Sherry, any of y'all.
Bud.
Carl.
I'll get off here and let somebody else talk.
I got room for them to join us. You don't have to get off.
You got any arrowheads, Flat Rock?
Huh?
You got any arrowheads?
No.
No. I love
Only
arrowheads.
got what you sent me.
Oh, I hear you, buddy.
I got quite a few of them myself.
Yeah, I love Indian artifacts. That's what I was doing when we walked up on the tracks at LBL. I was looking for arrowheads.
I want
Come
you
on
to
over,
come
nigga.
Riverbank. Come on, Bud. But
how you like that?
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh, what is that?
That is a clay pipe that I have
Cool.
from
Yeah,
around
neat.
the 1600s.
I've got some clay broken pipes, but that's all I got.
All right, Wendell, got a question for you.
All right. I may
And
not have an answer.
Well, you were always smelling from the other house that you thought was apparently haunted.
Yeah.
You know, always bacon. Did you ever smell anything other than bacon? And I believe there was one other thing that you always smelled, but was there any variety or was it always the same thing?
There was everything from roast to cornbread,
Wow.
greens, smelled upside down pineapple cake, all kinds of stuff.
Wow. Okay. Now I'm hungry.
And this is my water pot that I got. Got the handle decorated to be a snake.
That's cool. I used to stay in an old house. I used to hear like 20s music in it. That was weird. I'd hear it playing every now and then.
We just did a ghost investigation last night. Our group, Night Vision Paranormal, we did it at the McCracken County Courthouse here in Paducah, Kentucky. And I got an EVP that I just sent to the rest of the group, and they're looking it over now. And I've still got a bunch more recordings to go over. So we've had like 5 ghost investigations and 1 follow-up on our LBL investigation in about a month. So it's been a very busy time for us.
That's
up
cool.
here. We're loving it.
I just bought a wristwatch flat rock that's an auto recorder. It'll start recording as soon as you hit it. When you get out, there won't be no excuse of not having something recorded now when I get out of the vehicle.
There you go.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Talk about EVPs. I caught one January and another one February. Totally 2 different tones of voices, but both of them say the same thing. It says, you will kill me.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You've heard it, Patrick.
Yeah. Yeah.
What I'm showing right now is the track I found down there at Lake Chinnaby at the bottom foot of Cheehaw Mountain. It's 13 inches long, 7 inches wide.
I'll show you that cast from LBL.
Do you remember where in LBL you were?
At that lake, in at the 2 campgrounds. You got Red Holland campground, and you got that other one next to it.
Red Hollow and Colson Hollow.
Colson, that's where it was, I believe. It was at
Yeah,
Colson.
that's the yes, sir. Yeah, I hear a lot of reports from that area too. That's right where I be going all the time.
Can you see that?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I can see. Wow.
Whole trackway of them things.
Yeah.
And where was that from?
LBL.
Is that at the Colson Hollow?
Over from it. Red Hollow.
Red Hollow? Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, Red Hollow. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Awesome.
One of these days, maybe I'll find something I can cast.
Same here.
I don't care nothing about casting them things. I take a picture of them and move on. I just ain't got no interest in casting none of them. I could have done casted plenty of them, but just don't want to do it. I'll let the researchers do it. Only thing I care about is, recording them old buggers out there. And I'm going to get one on thermal sooner or later. Sooner or later, I'll get him on thermal. Oh, yeah, I'm going to get him.
Yeah.
I've come close a couple of times, but didn't catch the good one.
You'll get them.
Hillary, hit that link to come on here. I need somebody else on here. Come on.
I don't know what's wrong with all these women. They won't get on here, except besides Katie.
Yeah, Katie did. I'm glad she did. I'd like to have Sherry come on here. We got somebody here. There you are.
Surprise,
Jerry.
surprise, surprise.
Hey, Jerry.
What's happening, guys?
Hey, Jerry.
Uh-oh. Hold on, I got feedback. I got something turned on. I don't need turned on. Hold on a second. There we go.
You doing all right?
Yep, now we're doing good. How you guys doing, man? Good to see everybody.
Good.
Yeah, we're supposed to be over at the state park camping starting this afternoon, but somebody's AC broke in the RV. And It's over 100-degree heat index here. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. So my hair's up in the. Oh my goodness.
The beards and curlers.
Man, oh man.
Well, you don't have to turn the camera on, Hillary. You can stay here in the dark.
That's hilarious.
Come on, Anita.
Come on, Anita. It took me a week to figure it out too, Anita, but we're both technologically impaired.
You have a tractor pull this
I
weekend?
know I am.
Nah. This
No.
coming weekend, we tried to pull Saturday. We got rained out, stormed out,
Yeah,
literally. But now we're off a week. We go back next week.
No,
Next weekend.
straw. So, what did you up to, Jerry?
Not much. I was just fixing. We got to go to Delaware in the morning down to her mom's. And
You got a
I had
show
to-
tomorrow?
no, we won't.
No.
Good night.
Good night. Wife's going to bed now. Nah, we're going to be down in Delaware till pretty late. So
I hear you.
yeah, about 3 hours from home. So there won't be no show
Hillary,
tomorrow night.
where'd you post that at?
She posted
in your
it in the chat, buddy.
Poor Jeff will probably go through withdrawals not having a show tomorrow night.
Maybe he needs to rest up anyway, man. It's been hot.
Yeah, I know the heat's getting him. So
He's been losing cattle like crazy,
yeah,
man.
yeah, definitely.
Well, I guess I can't pull it up on here.
I saw a link earlier. Is that the same link, Wendell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Said you got it at Moundsville.
Ooh, I know where that's at.
Yeah, I used to live not far from there. My dad was working on a road job in Moundsville.
Okay.
We lived all up and down the Ohio Valley there in the 60s.
I don't see it now. I saw it in chat earlier. I think unless it was a different link. I don't know.
Have you seen anything or heard anything, Mark, at LBL?
Yes, sir. Just posted it yesterday on right before we went on Wendell's broadcast.
Yeah.
It sure looks like a dog man to me, but I'm leaving it up to the public to decide what it was.
I hear you.
Look on Facebook, Night Vision Paranormal, or on TikTok. And Wendell also posted, he actually found more things that I wasn't sure about. So it's pretty interesting stuff. But our group is definitely going back there.
You know the attack that happened there? We were down there one time, and a lady was there and had a cadaver dog.
Yep.
And that dog laid down at that tree. We're supposedly
as well. Yep.
Yeah, I was there. It was crazy.
Really?
Yeah, I mean that dog hit right on that tree.
Well, that's pretty interesting. I used to work
it was
in law enforcement, so I'm a big supporter and believer in canines.
Yeah, it sure did, bud.
Awesome.
And she had no idea.
But you remember who it was? I used to know a cadaver handler in this area.
She was from down south, I think, from Louisiana.
Oh,
If
Louisiana.
I'm not mistaken. She was just up there to a meet and greet
Oh, okay.
and brought her dog. But that's what you used it for.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
I've been to where they allege that the massacre happened. There's actually two versions of it in the same general location. I've been to both. Of course, I've been all over LBL, following up on Martin Groves and Daryl Denton and Barton Nunley's stories and that kind of stuff, and trying to explore areas on my own. So it's a very interesting area. I'll give you that.
That's weird. Looks like it's got ears, doesn't it?
Yes, sir. That's my picture right there, Wendell, that you put up. I don't know if you can zoom in on it and I did play, I'm an amateur at this, but I did play with just on the iPhone, the contrast and the shadows and all that stuff. And it pops a little bit more when you mess with that
Definitely black.
stuff. Really like to see what a professional could do with our photo.
Yeah,
Huh.
definitely something standing there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, I can tell you 100% it was there when I took that picture on May 28th, and there was nothing there on May 30th, less than 2 days later, approximately 44 hours, and there was nothing there. We did a follow-up going to that location, and it was so steep that we couldn't make it safely without ropes and climbing gear. I've got a background in rope rescue, so I kind of know what needs to be done. And I called it off. I said, we're not trying to get down there unless we got some proper gear. But humans couldn't make it safely. So that really, among other reasons, takes care of it being hoaxed.
Are
And
there any bears in LBL?
there,
I can't
yes,
remember.
sir. Yes, sir. There are. They are pretty rare, but they are reported. There was actually one black bear that was reported last year in Golden Pond, Kentucky, which is not all that far from there. So absolutely, that is a possibility. We're always trying to debunk our own stuff.
Well, if those are ears, which I don't know, but a bear's ears aren't like that.
Well, we're leaving up to other people's interpretation. We know it's a reported hotspot. We know that, and we got something that was there one day. It was not 2 days later. I'm not sure what it was, but we're going back again with better gear, and we're going to try to collect evidence from that ledge that that dark figure is standing on. Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's cool. Cool picture.
Yeah.
Good catch.
Thank you. And the funny part is, it was completely unintentional. I was just taking general landscape photos to document for my first solo kayak search along the shoreline, just in case. Didn't see anything, didn't hear anything, and caught that. And I didn't even know I caught it until I sent it to our logistics chief, and she found it, and it just grew from there. So
that happens a lot.
I mean, I can tell you 100% the picture is legitimate. I took the pictures, both the before and the after of the same location, and nothing was there. But I can't tell you 100% what it is.
And you got two of them in it.
Well, Wendell actually caught that, and somebody else that I had shown to locally here caught that. I don't know. That's pretty interesting that there could be more than one in that photograph. Wendell, you were
one behind the white tree over there on the right, and to the left is one that's kind of in front of it a little bit.
There's something, and I don't know what it is. So
I see now what you're talking about, Wendell. Mm-hmm. Looks like something over to the right of it a little bit, or to my right.
Yeah, exactly.
Black too.
I don't know. The ears pointing straight up.
I'm just gonna tell you, you gotta be careful when y'all call that out, cause I'm telling you, and Mark knows, shadows will make it look like things like, but that one right there in the middle, I'm looking at a very small screen. Does look like it's got eyes, and I can see ears, and it looks like a snout.
That's what I see as well. And that's why
and that front leg hanging down from it, and the body of it, but looking at everything else, it just looks like dark shadows. And I'm just trying to give y'all a straight up, unbiased version of it. You just got to be careful. And because I come across that a lot out here. Shadows will cause pareidolia bad.
Absolutely.
Bad.
That's why I went back to the same location on Kentucky Lake in the kayak, and I took a bunch more photographs from different angles and different distances from the shoreline and trying to see if there was a stump or a rock or something else that might have caused that, because absolutely pareidolia is a thing. We just had that on an investigation that we did locally here with ghosts, and this guy was just completely seeing faces and everything. And it's like, okay, there's nothing there, and this is the reason why. So that's the reason I took all those extra photographs.
Yeah, that before and after, that during and after picture, that's what you got to do as an investigator. You got to do that after picture. That's for sure.
Hey, Anita, try using a different app to come in on. Apparently, the
you got to use Safari, Anita.
It took me a while, Anita, to figure it out. Believe me.
And Hillary, I tried pulling that up on my phone, and it took me somewhere, but I didn't find your EVP.
Whatever it is, it looks like it's got a big head.
It does. It really does.
And a muzzle.
I definitely see those things. Actually, I'm expecting more pointed ears, kind of like what I've seen on Color. But I don't know what a dog man looks like, just from what other people have talked about. But I can tell you 100% the photos are real. I took them myself. There, and then 2 days later, there was something not there. And you tell me what photograph.
Yeah.
That after photo, that means, that tells you a lot though. When you do got something and when you don't, that after photo,
yes, sir,
is very important. I learned that the hard way.
I'll tell you, there was even another follow-up investigation that the entire group of Night Vision Paranormal did. We went out to the same location from the land this time and hiked in. And I took a measuring stick that I had made, marked it at 5 feet, 6 feet, 7 feet, and 8 feet. And I put a streamer at the top of that stick at 8 feet, 2 inches. And my intention was to place it on that ledge where the dark figure is and go back on the kayak, the same approximate location on Kentucky Lake, and take yet another photograph so we could put up all three together and show the approximate size. We found out once we got there how extremely steep and dangerous the location was, and we could not access it safely without rope equipment. Now, if a cryptid can do it, or if it's a bear could do it, okay. But something was there one day, it was not the next, and we could not safely access it as humans without additional equipment. So take that for what you will. And we are definitely back and going to do yet another follow-up investigation.
Hey, Mark?
Yes, sir.
You was talking about that stick that you put the marks on.
Yep.
You can go up to Tractor Supply or Harbor Freight and get one of them surveyor poles.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Measured.
Yep.
That's a good idea. I marked mine with, actually with the tape that we use on crime scenes. Like I said, I'm retired law enforcement, and I had some extra laying around, and I marked it with that, which is yellow, and I marked it at each 1 foot increment. But for what it's worth, but we couldn't get it there, but we are definitely going back. You will be seeing more from Night Vision Paranormal. I guarantee it.
Looking forward to it.
Yes, sir.
I've subscribed to it.
And y'all need to come up and we'll take you there.
I found you on the TikTok where you're at and did the follow there.
Yeah, I don't know anything about TikTok. Our logistics chief, my daughter, Jill, she takes care of all that kind of stuff. I was lucky to be able to join this broadcast now.
We got Miss Anita here.
Anita.
Hello.
Good dark.
Hello.
Hi, Anita.
You need to turn a light on, hun.
I don't have a light.
Oh no.
Well, I look good in the dark too.
Talk to
Me
us.
too.
I think with us ladies up here on the screen, we look a lot better, don't you?
Yeah, that's why I keep my light down.
Yeah,
Well,
I look better.
oh no. Uh,
How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good.
Well, I'm glad you decided to finally come on, and you going to tell us a little bit about next year's conference, or?
Well, I would love to get Flat Rock there.
I want to meet Mr. Flat Rock.
I want him to speak if he will.
I
Listen,
will.
okay, I'm making a proposal right now. Don't tell your wife.
Go ahead and
But
put
yeah.
me down.
We got Kumbo Baker coming.
All
for
right.
sure, and probably Stacy Brown from Florida. And
Stacy comes here a lot, so yeah.
okay, and Dale Boswell's gonna speak.
I love Dale.
We got some good people, and
That's good. You're getting local people.
Yeah, well, yeah, and I always like to have someone from somewhere else too. You
Right,
know,
I understand that.
a little variety. But yeah, we've got so many good people in Alabama that know what they're doing and know where the boogers are. And
Yeah, we
so,
need to advertise it a whole lot better next year.
well, I was on a lot, but I mean, you know, I was on three channels, 2 in Birmingham, and I actually did some publicity, sending the flyer to every station in Huntsville and every station in Birmingham. So I mean, you know, I'm trying to get it out there, but it would be great to have some local people help me with handing out flyers and going to businesses and stuff, because I would love that. You know, I need help with it. I've done it by myself just about every year.
Well, I can throw a few around.
I can get it on our local radio station down here.
Oh, that'd be great. I'll send you. It'll be like I'll send it email or text, either one. I can get a copy of the flyer when we get it printed, and we get it in there. And what we're really, well, we're really trying to get. It'll be in Anniston. I hope it'll be at the same place. That was a good place. And we want more vendors this year because we're going to hit it hard and heavy. But I'm hoping to get some small groups of local people come up, and we'll meet somewhere like, I don't know, Chick-fil-A or something like that, and try to get together and have some sweet tea and spicy talk.
Count me in.
Well, we know not to go to the Roadhouse again.
Oh, really? I can't go there because I can't find a handicapped parking space.
Well, you remember what happened the last time we went down there with Martin Groves and all them? Couldn't get.
No, I didn't get to go. We kind of divided up. We had 3 groups of people all across the county. I didn't know what happened there. Yeah, but
that was Ryan's. That was Ryan's. Is where that was at.
Okay. Well, we will if Western Sizzling will give us a back room back there. We'll we'll do another meet and greet, because I think it's great to do that. We had a great one this time. I really felt good about it, and the conference was good, but you can't control the weather.
No,
that's right.
Tornado warnings and watches across the state. And I know when I went to Kentucky to the conference up there, I was speaking there. It was about a couple of weeks before our conference, and I swear we had 3 tornado warnings in that one day.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, we were scurrying like rats down at Hollins. We thought we was going to get hit.
Thought we were going to get head on with one.
Yeah.
Right. Well, you know, that day, I don't know. We had it, and then that night we were the person who did the conference told had asked all the speakers to go out and eat out, and then we had another one. We had another tornado warning go off, and I thought we were going to get blown away in that little side room that used to be a porch, and they covered it, and I kept looking around saying, where are we going to go? Where are we going to go? Which way do we go to the shelter? but it didn't touch down in Paducah that day at all. It kind of lifted up over us.
Lucky for us.
Yes.
Well, where was that there this year? The area for vendors isn't that big.
Well, but see, when you go down to where that steps are that leads up to the restrooms, that hall is wide open. It's wide. Yeah. And we can put the vendors there too. Okay. We had most of the speakers like in the front, and then down past that were the vendors. We didn't have that many vendors. So this year I'm hoping we'll have more. You don't have to have written a book or made a video. If you've got a craft, that's the thing. We don't recognize our local crafters and artisans as much as we should. And so that's what we want to do. Again, we want to try to do that this year too.
Yeah.
But I think I'm heading up to Kentucky and go to LBL pretty soon. And try to see what Mark got up his sleeve to take us to the right place.
I'm taking you to all the spots, you and Selena both.
All right. Selena's coming up with me, and possibly my son is going to be doing some videotaping. I hope he'll go too. And it'll be great. I want to y'all talking about casting prints. I want to do one in my lifetime, and I haven't found any yet. So I'm not very good at looking for them. I'm still new in this. I saw a Bigfoot in '79 on Mount Cheehaw, but I didn't start talking about it until much later. And I'm still new at learning how to research. I'm learning.
I wasn't looking when we found those. I had no idea. It just happened.
Well, I know Bigfoot just happens too, and what we did in the fall when we had our camp out in the fall, I know it was different. What happened? So, I just
did anything weird?
I don't
know. During your camp out?
Yes, there was. We told you about it, but
I don't know if everybody else knows.
I know Wendell probably heard me talk, but I was what you call zapped. People call it zapped, or whatever you call it, infrasounded.
Yeah.
And I still don't remember the whole thing. I had if it hadn't been for, and I have to say, if it hadn't been for Lanita Bryant and David Eller, I probably wouldn't be here. I'd probably be out in the woods with Bigfoot still living as a captive or something, Yeah. But I kept hearing that voice, and it's like someone saying, "I'm out here. I'm hurt. Come help me." And I kept hearing it in my mind. But and after I got up and started toward the this is what they told me. After I got up and started toward the woods, it was night. And after I got up and started toward the woods, they grabbed me and said, "You can't go out there." And I said, "But I got to go help that one. He's hurt." And they said, "But you can't go out there," and they led me to the car and got me settled in the car for the night. And I still don't remember all of it. That's the weird thing.
That's crazy.
I know. The first time I got infrasounded, I think that's what you call it. But the first time I did, I remember everything about it. It was probably 15 minutes, maybe. But the other one, that one on Cheehaw, I don't remember. I don't remember it all much. It's coming back a little bit at a time. But, and I told that story, and not too long ago, someone said I was deceptive and I wasn't trying to lie. but I swear it was truth. I mean, you know, why would I want to?
Miss Anita, all us people who've seen these creatures are told the same thing. So
Well,
just
this
let
is
it
the thing,
bypass
though.
you.
Yep.
The bad thing was it was someone within the Bigfoot community.
They're all from the Bigfoot community.
No, I'm
Yeah.
talking about someone who's a speaker in the Bigfoot community and quote an expert. So
Yeah,
He
well,
ain't one of them.
that says a lot right
There's
there.
your first red light.
yeah, expert.
Yeah.
But anyway,
There's so many
I
unanswered questions. We'll never figure
oh
it
no,
out.
we'll never know, and there are too many people that have stories and things like that. That you know, I'm not saying anybody's lying, you know, because I don't know what they saw,
That's
uh,
right.
I, and you don't know what I saw. And when I
Yeah.
first saw a Bigfoot, um, there were no, I mean, we didn't have cell phones and stuff. That was in 1979. We
Right.
didn't have, you know, and I didn't have I was scared to death. I thought the thing was going to track me down to my house 10 miles away. But, you know, it didn't. And I'm still here to tell about it. And I laugh about it now, but I was scared to death. I was telling, it was on a date, and he wanted to lean me back on the rock and neck a little bit. And,
Oh
but let
boy.
me tell you, we saw that we got up and went on the cliff there below Bald Rock, and that's when you could get off and go explore around Bald Rock. Now you can't do that because of all those walkways and stuff. But and then he when he tried it again, and then we got off and got on that little cliff, and we saw that thing out there. And it was probably a juvenile because probably about 5 foot, 6 foot tall. It's hard to tell with size and stuff, but he never got that kiss he wanted. Cause I was ready to go. I would have. I was saying, "Oh, please, let's go, let's go, let's go. I'm so scared. Let's go." He said, and he was a news reporter, and said, "Oh no, I want to see it." You know, so.
I think I've
But
been throwing rocks at him.
Hey,
yeah,
Anita,
yeah, yeah.
the girl I used to date, we was out in the woods doing our little thing, and I looked over to my left, and I started laughing. She said, "What are you laughing at?" I said, "Look right. There's a deer standing there watching us."
Well, I don't know. I think there was a juvenile. Like when we were coming out, we smelled this musty, kind of decaying, musty, dead odor. You know, and I
Yeah.
commented and commented how it must be something dead out here. You know, and then we got out there. But the thing is, I think it was one tracking us on the ridge up there and on the cliff and down the 2 mile walk you get to go out to Ball Rock, and another one down off the cliff there because he couldn't have done that in while we were there, climbed up and down. And I think they were juveniles, and I think they were the playing with us or whatever, trying to get our attention, see what we'd do, curious. And I was speaking to someone at a conference, first conference I ever went to in Michigan, and they said, well, maybe they were trying to protect you from this guy. I said, well, I don't know, but I said I don't know about that, but it's possibility, I guess. But I think they were playing with us, getting our attention. And the ones that were on Cheehaw in the fall, last fall, November, they were just curious about us, and we were curious about them. We displayed no threat at all to them, and so they were just trying to trying to find out a little about us. And I don't think they were. I don't know if they were any trying to get me out there really, or what. I don't know what they intended when they got me out there. I could have sung to them, or I could have done some karaoke if they had a machine.
And a hair flip.
Yeah, a hair flip.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all don't know about that. We went to a karaoke place. Several of us did, and Tex was with us, so you know it was a wild time. But anyway, Tex was with us. Melissa went, Mark went, and they finally got me out on the floor to do karaoke. What's that name of that song by Shania Twain? Oh gosh.
I can play
Anyway,
the video.
it's about, hey, let's go, girls. You know that one. Anyway, and in the middle of it, it says something about hair, and I grabbed my ponytail holder and just flipped my hair out of that ponytail holder. And I swear they all just they didn't expect it of me. So, but anyway, that's why he said hair flip.
That's very interesting.
I guess I got long red hair like they do, and so they must like that.
Hey, I'm gonna slide off here, Wendell. It's good seeing
All right.
everybody. Mark, Anita,
Thank
nice
you, Matt.
talking to you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for
Maybe we'll
joining.
see you at LBL one of these days.
Please do. I'm always.
Yeah.
I make a trip out there, man.
Excellent.
Jerry, see you, bud.
Yeah. Take care, Pat.
Love y'all.
Good seeing you, man. Big love. Big love.
Good night, bud.
Night, bud.
But anyway, well, that's what we're going to do next year, and I'm hoping we can have a couple of more little things, maybe a Bigfoot call contest or something like that. I've never done that, but I'm hoping I can find a Bigfoot to bring with me.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Would be a first.
Yeah, maybe there's some people in Alabama that do that. They have the gear and the costume and things, and I would love to have somebody, if you're listening or if you know somebody, get in contact with me about it.
Be legendary and just bring a real one.
That would be good.
Even better.
Yeah.
Be like Harry and the Hendersons. Oh.
You're muted, Wendell. There you go.
Yeah, no, my dogs were going crazy.
Oh, your dog going crazy?
Mine's over here snoring.
Snoopy.
Snoopy is right here snoring. She is, hold on, stretched out. You see her?
There's Flat Rock back.
She got her
Wendell.
nail clipped and her hair shampoo today, so she's Miss Diva, and so she's snoring now.
Yeah. Well, Wendell, my internet's starting to go out, so I'm going to call it and get back in chat.
All right. Thank you, Flat Rock. Appreciate
Call
you.
me, Flat Rock. Call me.
I will, Miss Nita.
Good night.
Nice meeting you, Mark.
Yes, sir.
Hey,
Good to meet
Jerry.
you.
Take care, Flat Rock. Good
Bye,
seeing
Bubba.
you.
Bye-bye.
Good night, bud. Oh.
Anytime, Wendell. If anytime you need somebody to come on and give me a ring.
All right, I'll do it.
All right, buddy. Bye-bye.
Careful what you wish for.
Yeah, really.
Wendell be calling you every day. I'm just
Yeah, right. I don't actually have nobody's telephone number but Billy's and Spencer's and Mark's.
You got mine.
Green's and yours. Those are the only real telephone numbers I do have. I can hit you up through the messenger on the phone.
Yep. Yep.
As far as actual phone numbers, I think I got Mark's up there now.
You do. We talked yesterday.
Yep.
That's better.
So yeah, glad to have Mark joining our group in his outfit with Night Vision Paranormal.
We do our best.
And Jerry's got the beards and boogers, old line cryptids, and
all kinds of silly stuff.
So
Southern Sasquatch Sisters, right?
That's right.
Yep.
So yeah. You got anything planned, Jerry? Besides that one camp?
Well, we were supposed to camp, but that ain't going on. So we're going to Delaware tomorrow, and then Wednesday we're headed to Gettysburg. We're going to cruise the battlefield. We only live an hour and a half from there, and plenty of stuff to keep you busy. We in 2020 when nothing else was open and going on around here. That's where we're at every weekend.
How far are you from Lynchburg?
Lynchburg?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Probably about 4. Maybe it might be a little more than that, about 4.5 maybe.
I'm supposed to have a great uncle buried there from the Civil War. He died with typhoid. Okay. I don't know if they got his grave marked or not.
Yeah, I just went through Lynchburg in March. We go through there in March, heading down to Chatham, Virginia.
Well, we sound like we're running down on here on conversation.
Yeah, I actually need to get off here and get to bed because we got to leave early in the morning to get down her mom. So, but I heard you hollering, "Get on here, get on here." I said, "Well, I better go back and say hi."
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you did.
Yeah, good deal.
I've been on here for an hour and 51 minutes now. So, yeah, we've had a pretty good crew come on here tonight. KG and Flat Rock, Patrick, Anita, and Robert, and you.
Wendell, I am technically challenged. It took me a while to get on here.
Well, that's fine. As long as you made it, that's what counts, ain't it?
That's it. Yeah.
I'll know better next time.
How often do you run out looking around in the woods, Anita?
Well, right now I'm kind of staying in because of the heat, but I'm trying to gather up some equipment and things like that I don't have. Like I said, I'm new at this, and so I'm trying to gather up equipment and things, and I'm gonna hit it hard and heavy starting again at the end of August. This heat kills me.
Mm-hmm.
Ditto.
Yeah.
Well,
it's no fun.
What equipment do you have?
Well, right now I've got a parabolic. I've got to get a microphone. I've got a camera outfit that I can record with. It's not really expensive stuff, but at least it's part. I have a that I don't have a lot. That's the thing.
Do you have night vision?
I did. I think someone took them. Hush.
Any idea who's taking it?
Yeah, I think I know.
Yeah.
Well, you can go to Temu and get you a night vision camera for $28.
These were these were those really nice ones from what's that something scientific thing, and all really nice ones. And I think
expensive ones.
I think I'm pretty sure that I know who took them.
No, they wouldn't do that. They're Christian.
No, never.
Yeah.
Same one that said I was trying to deceive everybody. So
Yeah, we know.
Who can you trust?
At least some of us know.
Right.
Well, I'm just throwing out an idea for you there.
That's great. What is the EF?
EF meter?
Yeah,
EMF meter.
EMF meter. I have one of those, and I just got to find it. I've misplaced it, but I'm trying to get everything good. So, and I want to start writing my book too. So, I've got I want to do my stories. I'm a storyteller. I'm not a exactly. I do research, but I'm not exactly like most folks. I have my adventures. I have all kinds of paranormal stories and things that have happened to me, but I want to get my book written. About it's about family, things that have happened throughout my family and my life, and it's the paranormal and cryptid type things that have happened. I didn't know I had a family legacy with my granddad, my papa, as we call himself. He grew up on the side of Cheehaw Mountain, on the Clay County side of Cheehaw Mountain, and he was his twin brother and he used to go out when they were kids and go around, and explore all through the woods and everything. And he had seen, he used to tell us stories about the hairy man, and we didn't know that. They just thought it was a man that was real hairy, I guess. But he said that they would see him at night, and the hairy man would scare them, make them go home, and and then they would be walking down one of the trails or something. They'd see him or him or her, whoever, at the end of the trail, and he used to tell us the stories of the hairy man. When I came home from the Michigan conference, I was talking to Mother and telling her all about it and everything, and she said, "Wait, stop!" And she said, "The hairy man." She said, "It's Bigfoot." And I said, "Well, oh my gosh, I just didn't realize it. Didn't put it together." I said, "It has to be." So I have a family legacy of Bigfoot.
Yeah. Well, Mark and Jerry, for the next conference, y'all need to get up all your little hats and stickers and T-shirts and bring them down and be vendors.
Yes.
Bring them where?
To the Alabama Bigfoot Conference.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
That sounds great. It's a hell of a drive, but okay.
Yeah.
Where you at, Gary?
I'm up in northeastern Maryland.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love it. I've been to Maryland. I love it. Annapolis Bay, I ate the best steamed crabs I've ever had.
Oh, now I'm about probably an hour and a half north of Annapolis.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, you need to get Jeff
Pennsylvania.
and bring him with you.
yeah.
Jeff.
Smelled that crab seasoning on my fingers for a
Old
week.
Bay.
Oh, it was
Old
so
Bay.
good.
Yeah, Old Bay is a natural on everything here. Fries, sweet corn on the cob. It's you use Old Bay on everything here.
Oh wow.
Yep. It's a staple.
Yeah.
Good night, Jessica. I didn't know you was in there. Sorry.
Yeah.
But anyway, we would love to have any of you at the conference. I'm getting night vision paranormal down there.
Yeah.
I hope.
Well, I met him at this last one we had up here.
Right.
That's where I met him at. Got him to come on my show yesterday or the day before, and
I saw it. Yes, was it yesterday? I saw it. Yeah.
It was yesterday.
I'm trying to get Alan on here too. The guy that was sitting there in the front beside you.
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to get him on here, and Harley. He was supposed to be the one that was on here tonight, but he had technical difficulties and couldn't get on.
I'm familiar with that.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
The show I was doing with Mark, neither one of us almost got on here.
Close. We did it.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
I'm going to say good night to everybody and thank y'all for coming on. And if we get a chance, I'll have you back on again.
Roger that. Night, everybody. Night, Anita.
Night.
Good night.
Night.
Good night, everybody in chat.
See you, everybody. Bye.